where's the problem with PIPP in Pennsylvania? And why can't we bring that model to Rhode Island instead of adopting a vampire blood-sucking model?
Okay, 2 questions. Who is this guy and what is he talking about? Well, this is Rhode Island Senator Jonathan Acosta, one of several Rhode Island lawmakers working in collaboration with the George Wiley Center. And he's talking about PIPP, the percent of income payment plan. PIPP's policy is simple. It would cap utility bills at 6% of income for everyone under 150% of the federal poverty line. And this relief is massive because according to Conservation Law Foundation, most low-income Rhode Islanders currently pay upwards of 40% of their income on basic utilities. And that payment is completely unsustainable.
I had several operations and my husband did also. And at this point, I am now out of work. I have gone through my IRA and am looking for a job at 73. I had the choice of paying my rent or paying my utility bills. I've been borrowing from my 98-year-old mother-in-law because she's got 2 pensions plus Social Security, and I feel horrible doing it. There's got to be some help for those of us who find ourselves in a difficult position through no fault of our own.
Obviously, Rhode Island's current policy does not work. So why can't we just pass PIPP? One delaying factor appears to be Rhode Island Energy. Rhode Island Energy is the main energy supply company for the state of Rhode Island. For the past several years, Rhode Island Energy has assured lawmakers that it will itself implement a PIPP without any legislation needing to be passed. Several of the company's senior members even went to a House committee meeting to renew that commitment in person.
But I do want to highlight, because I know there's a lot of interest and attention on the percent income payment plan bill, and I just want to highlight that we are open to continual dialogue on evolving that opportunity. We actually are doing assessments and studies on looking at the full cost and the different constructs of that bill and how it may mature. And really how it might materialize in our next rate case overall.
At first glance, this promise seems convincing because Rhode Island Energy's parent company, PPL, has already implemented a PIPP in the state of Pennsylvania. However, as of now, Rhode Island Energy has made no apparent progress towards bringing PIPP to Rhode Island.
Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar, PPL is the parent company of Rhode Island Energy. And one of the frustrating things that we've been dealing with for the last 5 years that I've been here is the fact that we know that this parent company has this program in another state. And we have repeatedly asked them why they have been unable to bring it to us. And they said, we're working on it. We're working on it. Every year, hold off, please, we're working on it. Well, we're tired of waiting. This past summer, my colleague sitting right next to me actually emailed their lobbyist and said, where's this plan that you keep telling us, hold off on passing PIPP in our state because we're experimenting with it in Pennsylvania. We're going to bring this to Rhode Island. We're still waiting.
The Rhode Island legislative session ended 2 weeks ago and PIPP was not passed. It died in committee. So now it's up to us again. The George Wiley Center has been pushing for PIPP in Rhode Island since the 80s, and despite every delay, the center has kept this issue alive through community organizing. In this fight, the center is not alone. Numerous groups, including senior organizations, disability rights organizations, anti-poverty groups, and environmental and climate justice groups, all see PIPP as a necessity for an equitable energy future. So what can you do? Volunteer at the George Wiley Center to assist people facing utility terminations. Connect with the George Wiley Center to host a Know Your Utility Rights presentation at your local organization or congregation. If you are facing a utility shutoff, come to our Wednesday meetings at 6:30 p.m. at the George Wiley Center at 32 East Avenue, Pawtucket. Finally, take action today by contacting your legislator to pass PIPP now with the URL below and share this video. Every year that PIPP is not passed, thousands of vulnerable utility customers in Rhode Island are having their utilities unfairly shut off. And you can make the difference. My name is Lachlan McCann, and I'm a political science student at Brown and an intern at the George Wiley Center.